First of all, we need to create a part. In here, you can select part 1, 3D, discrete rigid, partial revolution, approximated size is 0.1. The first point, it should be in the center of our system. Second point is 0.005. Third one is the same x and 0.02 y. And now we need to select explicit. We select the center for here. The second point is here, but for third point, the x should be 0.034. And then we can trim it. Then we select done. We want to revolute it about 360 degree. And this is our part for bullet. Now we can go for the sheet. For sheet, we select a new part, 3D, deformable, shell, planar. The first point is minus 0.025, comma 0 minus 0.025, and the second point is 0.0025, and the y is 0.025. So as you can see, here is the sheet. Then we select done. Here's our sheet. For continuation, we need to create a reference point for bullet. At first, we need to create datum midway between 2 points, between these 2 points. And now we are ready to select our reference point here. Right. For property, for sheet, our density is 7800. Elastic is 210 gigapascal, which is E9. Poisson ratio is 0.3. For plastic, 300 for yield stress. And we need to add another row. 400 strain 0.3. We create section. Homogeneous shell. The thickness is 0.3 millimeter, so it should be like this. We increase the integration point, and now we can assign the material property. But for bullet, because it's rigid, we need to put a special property. Inertia create. We put it on here. For here, we say it's 200 gram. We use just random number for here because we want to fix it eventually. We don't need it. And now we can go for assembly. In assembly, we use both parts in here. We need to rotate this one around this axis. Okay, fine. But we want to put it 270. Good. Now we can move it. We say it should go 20 centimeter back in Z direction, so it should be 0, 2. Fine. Now we're ready to go for step part. We select dynamic explicit. Time period is 7 E minus 5. We don't change anything else. Okay. And now we can go for interaction. And if you want to have a good animation, you can increase this number, for example 200. but I'm gonna save it as 20 for you because of the size of the files. I want to reduce it, but for now you just use 200. You can use 200 or 20, there is no difference, just you can have a better animation for this one. In interaction, we need to create a general contact explicit. Uh, in here, you need to define the contact property. You can have tangential behavior penalty because it is between two metal. It should be about 0.3. And now we can use this, and everything's fine. Now for this part, we can go for load. For load, we need to first fix all the edges. So I'm gonna select edge. All edges gonna be fixed. Cast fine. And now we need to define the initial speed for bullet. We go for initial mechanical velocity. Mechanical velocity. We assign it on the reference point, or for a whole part, doesn't matter here. And then we say it's uniform. The velocity in z direction should be minus 1,000 meter per second, and for the other one we just put 0. You see, here it is. Now we can go for mesh part. We go for part. We select 0.001, and in here, good. And now we can go for this and say it's explicit linear. So now we can mesh it. Okay, fine. And for a second part, we use the same distance. Let's see, yeah, it seems good. We need to use explicit, but for shell, we can have reduced integration, it doesn't matter. Now we can mesh it. We also in material property, we need to do one more thing. We need to put the damage property. You go to model, edit keyword, model 1. You should find a property for parts. You can see it's the property for sheet. We want to define the damage failure for sheet. At first we select here and then add after. Then we say start shear failure 0.25. So you can decide what is your failure criteria. By this you can decide about the failure. Okay. In here, create job, job name, job 1, and you can increase the number of processor in here, because in the explicit this number should be equal to this. So if you go up and then you decrease it, it's gonna stop in the first one. So you should be sure it's gonna be same as this one. Sometimes you will see error because of this. And yep. And now we can easily just start it. Okay. Now we should wait for running the job and then see the results. As you can see here, the job is completed. Now we can see the results. We need to delete the elements that exceed our criteria. Um, for this purpose, you should go to results, field output, and status variable. You should check these two boxes. We need to see the PEEQ variable. So you said add integration points. So in here you can see PEQ equivalent plastic strength. And we said we want to delete elements, let's say more than 25, because the shear failure was 25. 0.25, so it's 0.25. Here it is. After this, you can see the stress in sheet. You can see it here. It's penetrating the plate, and yeah. And also, if you want to see PEQ, you can see it won't is 25, 0.25. For more than that, I mean, you can go for option, contour, and set the value, maximum value 25. And you see, some of the elements passes this value. This is happening because of we use very large element size. For you can see all the variable that you selected, S3 or even speed. You can see the speed is 1000 now, and after passing the plate, it's decreased. You can see it by here. You can stop it after, and then you can see the speed decreased. By node, you can see the speed is about 993, but before that it was 1000. So it decreases speed after penetrating the plate. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give us your feedback. We will be pleased to hear back from you. We really like to hear back from you. If you needed any video, please let us know so we can provide them for you. Thank you. If you needed any kind of video, please let us know so we can create them for you.